Attorney Laura Anthony, founding partner of Legal and Compliance, a full-service corporate securities and business transactions law firm. Today is the first in a LawCast series talking about Finra's proposed changes to its examination process and the implementation of a new Securities Industry Essentials Exam. On March 8, 2017, the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, known as Finra, filed a proposed rule change with the SEC to adopt amended registration rules and restructure the entry-level qualification examination for registered representatives. The new rules would also eliminate certain examination categories. Finra is planning to implement the changes in 2 phases. As part of the proposed amendments, Finra introduced a new beginning level examination called the Securities Industry Essentials Exam, which can be taken by individuals without sponsorship by a broker-dealer. The SAE would be a general knowledge examination including fundamentals such as basic product knowledge, structure and functioning of the securities industry markets, regulatory agencies and their functions, and regulated and prohibited practices. Under the proposed new rules, anyone desiring to work in the securities industry for a member firm would need to take the SAE. The SAE would also be open to anyone who desires to take it. When becoming employed by a member firm, a person would then need to take an additional exam associated with their particular job function, for example, a Series 7, 79, or 24. The new SAE exam would not change the requirement to pass tests associated with those additional licenses, or that such licenses expire if a person is not associated with a member firm for a 2-year period. However, as I will discuss in this LawCast series, the proposed new rules add the ability to extend the 2-year period in certain instances. Currently, in order to qualify to take a registered representative exam to become licensed in the securities industry, a person must be employed by and sponsored by a Finra member broker-dealer. The intent of the SAE is to pre-qualify potential job applicants, saving member firms time and expense on vetting registered representatives and the expense of putting them through the examination process. A member firm will be able to view the SAE passing status and score on the Finra's CRD system. The proposed SAE is broken down into 4 categories. 1, knowledge of capital markets, which focuses on topics such as types of markets and offerings, broker-dealers and depositories, and economic cycles. 2, understanding products and their risks, which covers securities products at a high level as well as associated investment risks. 3, understanding trading, customer accounts, and prohibited activities, which focus on accounts, order settlement, and prohibited activities. And last, overview of the regulatory framework, which encompasses topics such as SROs, registration requirements, and specific conduct rules. Individuals that have passed the SAE but not yet taken a specialized knowledge examination would not be subject to continuing education requirements. Individuals that are already licensed as of the effective date of the new SAE will not need to take the exam and will be deemed to have passed such exam. The SAE qualification will remain valid for 4 years without the person being registered with a firm. However, other licenses, such as a Series 7, may lapse if a person is not associated with a member firm for a 2-year period. Although not discussed by Finra, I see an opportunity to use the SAE for multiple purposes going forward as the securities laws and regulations continue to evolve. In particular, the SAE could be a factor in considering whether a person is accredited. The SAE could also be a factor in considering exemptions from the registration requirements for finders, a topic that continues to be at the forefront for regulators and practitioners alike. I'm securities attorney Laura Anthony, founding partner of Legal and Compliance and producer of LawCast. Should you have any questions about today's topic, please visit securitieslawblog.com and lawcast.com or contact me directly. Inquiries of a technical nature are always encouraged.